In most fantasy stories, gods still feel like people. They may be cruel, they may be distant, they may be powerful beyond anything mortals understand, but they still feel like personalities. Kings with magic, parents with divine authority, rulers with emotions, desires, and motives that still make human sense. In Lord of the Mysteries, that feeling starts to disappear, and that is exactly what makes its gods so disturbing. Because the higher the beings in this world become, the less they feel like characters, and the more they start feeling like truths and disasters. The gods do not just feel powerful, they feel inhuman. Not just strange in shape, but inhuman in a deeper way, in the way they exist. In a traditional fantasy world, divinity feels like a larger version of human identity. A god of war still feels like war with a face. But in Lord of the Mysteries, the deeper you go, the more that structure begins to break. The gods feel beyond the category of mind. They are presented as beings whose very level of existence creates distance. Distance from ordinary thought, ordinary morality, and anything that feels safe. Once a story makes divinity feel distant, it stops feeling comforting. It starts feeling oppressive. The fear is that the god is beyond comprehension. That connects to one of the most important ideas. Knowledge is never neutral. In many stories, knowledge is a reward that makes you stronger. But here, knowledge does not simply empower you, it also destabilizes you. The more you know, the more exposed you become. The gods feel inhuman because they stand at heights of truth ordinary people cannot safely approach. The deeper reality may be too dangerous. Not because they are always visibly monstrous, but because they make understanding itself feel risky. Divinity starts feeling alien. The danger is not only external. Getting closer to higher power can change what you are. Ascent feels wrong because it comes with erosion. The closer a person moves toward higher mysteries, the more unstable the boundary becomes between the human self and something else. They are inhuman in a way that threatens to pull others away from humanity. This is a much deeper fear than simple monster violence. A monster can kill you. Something inhuman at the level of divinity can make you fear transformation itself, loss of self, loss of identity. They start feeling like states of being man was never meant to endure. They do not feel like protectors or guardians. In Lord of the Mysteries, higher powers feel less like guardians and more like catastrophic realities. Closer to forces than fathers, their will no longer feels human enough to reassure us. You think, this is something I was never built to stand near. The story refuses to make divinity emotionally comfortable. It makes divinity feel distant, dangerous, unstable, and too full of truth. They are not just gods in a fantasy hierarchy. They are reminders that the greatest powers are not waiting to understand humanity. So why do they feel so inhuman? Because they are written as truths, forces, and states of being that humans were never meant to approach. What do you think is more terrifying? The monsters, the gods, or the truths behind them? Let me know in the comments. If you enjoy dark fantasy and cosmic dread, subscribe to the channel, because this is exactly the kind of story we explore here.